Our dear parents and our children, plus the family members at home. As usual, my name is Sento Ngukato Anthony, the head teacher, Global Junior School. I greet you all. I thank the Almighty for His protection and the abundant blessings He has showered us during this difficult time of our lives. But the good news is Global Junior School has tried to extend the teaching into our homes where we are now seated watching this video. We have just sent a website on your phones through SMSs, and I believe that's why you are able to watch me. We are having an academic website for our children at home, and this is purely an academic website where our children and learners, especially the candidate class for now, they're going to be sharing and interacting with their teachers through the video clips online. Therefore, we expect that our parents at home where you sit, at least you have some of these gadgets that are going to help us execute this work as required. And for this website to work, you must be having electronic gadgets with us, and some of these electronic gadgets that we think are going to help us with the computer. We have the smartphones. I know at least in our homes we have smartphones. We have laptops. We have tablets. Some even us have smart televisions. I think those gadgets are going to be so helpful for us to execute this. We want our learners to continue learning even when they are not at school here. They want to have that experience that even when they are at home, they will feel as if they are at school. Therefore, I call upon all parents to have some of these devices so that we can be able to have these lessons that we're going to have with our teachers and the children successful. Now, I'm going to take you through how our children are going to be able to use this website and how they are going to log in to access the work and then the lessons that their teachers have already organized. Our dear parents, now I want to take you through and with our candidates on how to log in to our website. You have very many browsers. Some of you have Firefox, others have Google Chrome. Now for this case, let me use Google Chrome that I have here. Then I will go in and put in our website. That when you press enter, you're going to have that website as you have seen. Now when you go onto that website, we have some contacts here. These contacts are mainly for the parents to use. So the parents, when you're communicating to the school about anything, you're going to use this. This other website is for the children. One of the contacts is for the head teacher. Then the other one, the MTN line, is for the class coordinator. We're having so many classes here. That is primary 7, 6, 5, and 4. That is upper primary. Now, when you log into this and to this website, you are going to realize that you are going to have so many other formats the way they come. For example, those who have a wider screen, it will come like mine. It will come the way it is here, directly like that. Now, for those who are having smaller screens like smartphones, you're going to realize that the classes, the head teacher is not going to come there and then. Then you will go to the menu. You're going to see the menu. Those who have smaller screens, you're going to go to the menu. Then you're going to see the head teacher's remarks that you are watching now. Then P7 for that case. Now we shall be going in for this as we are beginning with the candidate class. Then you're going to go straight to the subject. For example, we have SST here. When we have SST, you're going to go directly to the lesson, the teacher's instructions. Now, what comes there with SST is the lesson, the video clip of that lesson. That is a demo that we are having. Now you just click on that video when you are ready to start learning. You click on that video, everything will just come the way you see. That is the video that we are going to be sending, some of the videos. So I think we have known exactly what we are supposed to do. But as you have opened the head teacher's remarks that you are receiving now, that's where we are. So that is how we are going to log in. Our children are going to be starting learning using that website. That's how the lessons will be. Now, for example, if you want work, teachers are going to send work for those children. After the lesson, you're going to have work for them to write in their books. For example, let's go to mathematics. When you go to mathematics, to open mathematics, what will come there is going to be the subject, the exercises the teachers are going to give. So those exercises, as you load there, you're going to see exercise 1, exercise 2, and then the child is going to be able to get that work. Then they have the books that they have given them to write that work. I think the instructions are going to be given by the teachers as they are teaching. So you're going to realize that now math has come, and you're going to see that exercise. That exercise that the child is supposed to write. But as they're writing the exercise, you're going to realize that there is somewhere a comment that the child is supposed to fill in as which difficulties the child is finding in answering those questions, which question in relation to the subject or the lesson being taught, what is the child is supposed to be doing, what does the child want from the teacher. You write the comment, the teachers will come again and answer those queries and give you feedback. So these comments as subjects are only for the children. The parents do not use this box to leave a reply. If there is a parent who has any concern about the program, then the parent has to use the contacts that we have put there for you. This box is for only the candidates. And my dear candidates, when you are using that leave a reply, let it be academic and in relation to the work that the teachers have given you. It is going to be very easy for us to help you because we shall be seeing some relevance in what you are giving us. I want to thank you, parents. And I believe you are going to find it so interesting and you're not even going to miss school for a while. But maybe before I can completely get out of this video, I want to take you through the steps. What are the requirements that the parents are supposed to have and the candidates that are supposed to have as we are using this website? One of the requirements that I want to before I leave this website is still on this website. What are the requirements for you to access and download the work that we are going to give? For example, in mathematics here, we have the exercise that the teachers have set there, where we need to download. But before you download this work, you need to make sure that the gadgets that you are using has the following requirements if you are to access, because some of you are going to place loading and something is not loading. One, when you are loading, for example, if you are having a smartphone, you can use WPS application. If it is on your phone, then you will be able to access that work, which is in Microsoft Office or PDF. If you have WPS on your gadget, then you will be able to access that work. If you don't have that, it's going to be very difficult for you to access that work. But there are some laptops that you're going to use that have PDF and then Microsoft Office. Then you'll be able to access the work that we are going to be sending to you. So you need to be so keen on that. First, one of those requirements when you are downloading this work, then you will be able to access that work. Then the other ones are not on this website, but I want you to take note of the following precautions. We have seen the first one on the website, one of the areas that the requirements for download. We have gone through that, but there are some areas, if this program is to be successful, the parents and you, the children, you must play your roles very well in order for us to benefit from this program. I want to begin with the parents. One, my dear parents, we have set this work for these kids. You are supposed to draw the timetable. And for our children to benefit, our dear parents, you need to draw the timetable. And when you are drawing the timetable, you need to know when are the children supposed to begin work. This is not something, we have tried to simplify this work, that we are not going to limit your programs at home. We want these children to learn depending on the home program, because children are supposed to be doing other activities, but we are looking at the conducive time for learning. If you can program that these children are going to begin in the morning for learning a particular subject, then in the evening, when they have had their lunch, they have rested, then in the evening, they can also have the second what? The second subject. But it is not going to be so appropriate that we are having these children starting to learn at around the 1 or something like that. So if you can timetable maybe in the morning and the evening, that is going to be very conducive for them to have that. So you need to have the timetable, but at the same time, these children must do some work at home. So as we are learning, we are having the class activities, at the same time, we need to have activities taking place at home. Then the second area that we need to have, our dear parents, if you want these children to benefit, create a conducive environment for these children to learn. What do I mean by a conducive environment? You need to create an environment that is noisy-free, that has nothing to do with other interruptions. Some of you are going to set a learning area where there is a television. Some are watching cartoons, then there is work going on here. So that is not a conducive environment. We don't want children, they are going to go on a dining table where other people are just sharing their drinks, then we state as a learning. We need to have a study room. If it is not a study room, we must have an environment outside that is free from noise, that is only good for those children to have those lessons taking place and writing the exercises they are going to send. Then the other area that our parents are going to help us. We are not going to be there at home supervising these children to do the work. And my dear parents, you're going to act as a teacher here. You're going to supervise the children's activities. As they are learning, you are also watching as they are learning. And it's also an opportunity for you to have a topic that you missed one time in your primary. You can easily have it with the children. Watch with them, learn with them, share with them. Then after that, then as they are writing the activities, now that lesson is done. Let them go and upload and download the work. Then they start. Create that environment for them to start. Now, one thing I want you to note here as these children are writing the exercises. You have brothers at home. The fathers are lecturers. The mothers are professors. And they know everything about this work. Don't give a helping hand to those children. The reason why you want those children to write their work themselves, to answer the questions themselves, we want to test their reasoning capabilities at that level. We don't need a reasoning from a brother, a sister, or an auntie. We just need the child to concentrate on that activity. For us, we shall be knowing how these children have been trying to pick the content that we are giving them. Now, after the child has written the work, make sure that the child has answered all questions before the next lesson, because in the next lesson, we shall be giving children answers for the work that they have done. And your work as a parent is to mark. You mark with a pencil. Yeah, here you did it marvelously well. Here you missed this step. Because you will be following the steps that we are going to be giving. So after you have marked, some children are very keen. Parents, their children are not easy. They are going to hide those books, and then they wait for the time the teacher to fill in the answers, then they start filling in the answers. Before they can close their books, make sure that they have used their heads to fill in the answers they think that they know. Then the following day, as we are going through, you will be able to mark and test and advise your child on how to answer those questions. I think it is going to be so much helpful for us. Then communication channels. As I communicated to you earlier when I was giving you the demonstrations, you'll be having your own concerns, my dear parent. Please use the phone numbers. One is the head teacher. Me, I'm already quarantined in my office. That's where I sleep because I want the best out of our children. The class coordinator, primary 7, that is the MTN line, still will give you guidelines. Then the child to communicate about the failures and the challenges. We have also shown them in that box. I think it is going to be helpful, and you're going to find learning at home very interesting, because all members, those who have missed work of the primary classes, they will enjoy and they find learning interesting. Now, to you, my dear candidates, I know how much we have always been so much on your necks here. to concentrate and do the work. There are certain things we must put into consideration, our dear candidates. One, we need that self-motivation. You need to know the situation under which we are operating. You need to sympathize with your parents who have already paid fees and you're not learning. You need to attach value. You need to have that self-motivation in you that I'm supposed to be this. By the time I go back to school, I must have achieved this. That motivation alone is not going to leave you the same. So you need to have focus that the teachers have labored, the head teacher has locked himself in the office, teachers are fighting so much to make me, then I must take it important, because it is going to be useless for us to give you the content even when you are not willing to take that content. I don't want your parents to chase you around the corridors trying to go and sit on the table. However much they will use the sticks, they will bang you to come and settle. You need to have that sort of motivation in you. The work is going to be so interesting. Then the other thing is about comments. Comments. Down there, the box that we have given you. As we are teaching, you normally ask us questions in class. You normally ask us questions as we are teaching. So let that box be an area where you are also asking us questions. And be patient, for us we shall give you answers. There are some nice comments you write when you steal your parents' phones. You send your friends. But for this, some of you say, hi, Mr. Sentongo. I know you have already said hi to me. Some of you have given us hugs. What? Don't say we love you so much. You are our very own. No. Let that box concentrate on the work that we have given you. Just write something, connect the lesson. We shall be able to address those concerns. When you have something to ask, please put it there. In relation, don't ask us, how are your kids? How is teacher so and so? No, let it be on that work. My dear parents, and my dear candidates, and the family members, you are going to find these lessons so interesting. And if you learn something, please give us some feedback. We shall be able to help you. I thank you so much. Please be committed to what we have given you, and I think the mighty Lord will be with us. But remember, the reason why we are at home. The reason why we are at home is because of this pandemic, the coronavirus. Let's follow the precautions that have been set by the Ministry of Health. And I want the parents and the children, please be patient for a while. This is not going to take. There is good life after this pandemic. There is nice life, even sweeter than before. Therefore, let that life find us when we are alive. Stay home. Wash your hands regularly. Please emphasize the social distancing. Don't be so close to people all the time. And I believe we shall all overcome. Thank you so much. Be blessed.